Mel,
Brandon, how you doing, my friend?
doing well.
Excellent. Excellent.
It's a great week.
Oh, my gosh, you ain't kidding. It's a great week.
Kickoff to Arkalalah.
Arkalalah kickoff. Economy's rocking and rolling. Oh, man, you just can't ask for a better situation than we got right here in Arkansas City, Kansas. Yeah, you heard me. Arkansas City, Kansas. Change the spelling if you don't like it.
Just change it to Ark City.
Just change Arkansas. Oh, that'd be fine. Or what was the other one they wanted? It used to be Delphi, and they wanted to rename it to something else one time.
Shoot,
I can't remember what it was. It was pretty bizarre. Pretty funny. But yeah, what's on the agenda, you think?
No real discussion. I got a few things I want to talk about. City cops, Arkalalah.
Well,
What do you want to talk about?
I got Schwartz and Cowley County struggling to attract students. Stuff out of the newspaper that we've been talking about in other circles, and the newspaper printed it, which I guess cat's out of the bag.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's going to be a great week because there's going to be all of us regular Ark City people here, and then all the has-beens are going to come back, and there's going to be an extra 15,000 or so Ark City people that used to live here that are in town, and it's going to be good.
Having alumni games or anything?
I think there's a game Thursday night, football game. I do know that Friday night, Kenny Duvall, and they're having their 40th year reunion.
40th year. Wow.
Yeah, for all the, they say it's arguably the greatest football team, high school football team to come out of the state of Kansas.
Even the state champions of 87 or
79.
79. Oh,
40 years.
wow.
And so they're going to have a reunion out at the Great Life deal Friday night, 6 p.m.
Well, that's cool.
So, anyhow, they're hoping all the old football players and cheerleaders and families and all that'll show up for that, and that'll be pretty neat. So.
Yeah, it really will. That'll be.
We got a new stadium now. It should be nice to have a team like that again.
Well, with a new stadium, how come we don't have a team like that? I mean, that's what was the promise. We build this stadium, and they will come. So, still waiting.
Everybody's going to move here because of our cool stadium.
That's not everybody in every business will be the envy of the state, and everybody will flock here to open up shop.
Certainly helping.
Well, you can tell by their, yeah. Well, evidently it is helping. I'm booming. Help me.
So, Dodgeball. You ever gone to this?
No, but I've seen it before.
Oh, it is probably the best event I think the Arkalalah committee puts together. I don't know. There's just
how many teams? There's like 20, 25 teams.
There's a bunch of teams, and they got some funny names, and there's some really good teams out there. And in fact, the college team is normally one of the best. So.
I'm sure it is. They come here from all over just to play.
No, it's like the staff.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Yeah, if they put as much effort into recruiting students as they did playing dodgeball, we'd be somewhere by now.
It as recruiting tools. Hey,
you're on our dodgeball team.
This is the way we roll.
But no, it's fun. It's good entertainment, especially that one year when Tasha Booker took a ball to the face and clear off her feet. I felt so bad, but it was funny.
I felt so bad. I laughed so hard. I felt bad.
Everybody was like, "Ooh!"
Did anybody get it on film?
Oh yeah, I think. There's some film of it somewhere, I'm sure.
We lived that over and over.
Yeah.
Maybe something I'd want to relive.
They moved the big party from the park down to the Burford. They're going to have Piper Lee. And
they talked about a weather consideration.
Yeah. Which Burford's a great venue. It'll be.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is.
Yeah,
it really is. So. And she's a great asset singer.
Yeah, those folks that haven't been to the Burford, you guys ought to go. It's a tremendous amount of money, but damn, it's nice.
She played at our 4th of July party a couple times. She's pretty good.
No, she does a great job.
I've known her for years, yeah. She does a great job. She really does.
So, yeah. Kind of excited about Arkalalah.
They still throw blankets downtown to save their spots. So
lawn chairs and blankets will be lined. So, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a couple of years. Just been in the party a couple of times, but I haven't watched it. I didn't watch it. I watched the year. I watched the year before. I just didn't watch it last time.
So we'll see if your advice is the same as mine. If you ever ride in the parade, which normally lasts close to 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours parade length, what's the number one consideration you should do before signing up for that?
drink a pint.
Don't drink too much.
Don't drink too much.
That parade can't move fast enough by the time you get to the end of it. You're about ready to bust a gut.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was like, oh my God, this is awful.
Yeah, I don't think I ever drank. That was a Shriner and dune buggies in it. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah, I like to. It's good for the town. It's a good morale booster, and it drags a bunch. But I don't know. Is there any numbers on how many dollars the thing brings in? Is that a known number?
I have no idea.
Do they keep it pretty close to the vest and how much they're bringing in and raking in?
I don't think so. I think they'd share it, but it's obviously great for the economy.
It is great for the economy. Yep.
So I know some of the local places suffer a little bit, especially the food places, because everybody goes downtown and eats. But so.
Yep.
But other than that, it's really good for the economy. So.
And it's last several days, so it's not just a one-hit deal. It last what, 3-4 days?
Be Wednesday through Saturday.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, we always go down there on Wednesday and eat lunch, or Thursday. It's Thursday and eat down there. Running a lot of people and everybody's got a good positive attitude going on.
Yeah. So what do you want to talk about? Schwartz? What are you talking about?
Schwartz, I don't know. Well, they brought the paper. I'd heard about it earlier from some other people about the conflict of interest, about him being the hospital attorney or the city attorney and the county attorney, and they want to bring this conflict of interest deal up for Jeff Bowman, and it's the appearance. It's not the actual conflict of interest, just the appearance of it or possibility of it. But sometimes, to me,
do you think the people that are coming up with this? I mean, I feel like they're coming by it honestly. You got
that's an actual possibility. Something that actually could happen.
I mean, the Democrats are doing the same thing against the Republicans right now at a national level. If they don't like you, you're doing something corrupt, right?
And you said they're coming by that honestly?
Yeah, because they're trained by the media that it's got to be a conflict, or I'm surprised Schwartz isn't a Russian asset by now.
Well, he might be. I mean, according to this article, not that the article is damning anyway. It just talks about him, but it's not. They have no evidence of it, and they have no reason to think that he would. I think he's an upstanding, honest guy, and I get kind of. In a small town, I mean, come on, how could you not have a conflict of interest? Because everybody knows everybody and everything about everything. There's almost no way to not have one. So sometimes you just got to start trusting people.
Oh, really? You just got to trust people. Weird.
That's always worked out well.
So. Tried a new beer from our fine ladies down at Duval Liquorland. Long Root peanut butter porter. I'm telling you, you better like peanut butter if you buy this beer. That's all I'm saying.
Hop Stupid Ale, the Guinness Brewing Company. Oh, California.
More California beer.
Well, that explains that. Well, if you like hops, if you like grapefruit. If you like this, it's not bad. Oh yeah, most a little. Can't go wrong with a hot chick on there. You just really can't go wrong.
It's a little something. This is evidence that we don't drink all the beer in one evening, guys.
Yeah.
It's normally a beer or two.
A couple cases last a little time. Can't do it all one. We could.
That's what's left over out of a 6-pack. That's doing pretty good.
We got to work tomorrow too.
That's right.
Yeah. But the Schwartz deal, I'm just kind of, what's the point? I mean, my gosh.
And they went over. They're over on the trustees right now for the hospital versus the commissioners, saying that's a conflict. And I'm not so much worried about a conflict. I'm more worried about. I don't want the same people running the two most costly organization. Well, two of the three most costly organizations in our community. That's where I'm at on it. I want to.
But you say running.
Yeah, I mean, the board of trustees and the city commissioners, they should be running the city or running the hospital, one or the other.
Well, we have a city manager and we have a CEO to run that.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
have oversight.
Yeah, but oversight, of course, if you get something that's really good, oversight becomes less and less and less, and if it's profitable, you don't have to watch it all the time. When they're struggling along, then the oversight becomes real oversight. But of course, that takes due diligence and hard work, and frankly. We got one in there in particular that doesn't do any due diligence or hard work. So is it oversight or is it running it, or should be up in arms, or is it okay, or?
I mean, the way I see it, they're maybe not running the day-to-day operations by any stretch, but they're definitely running in the direction of the city or the direction of the hospital. I mean, they absolutely are. So.
Well, they should at least have the tone of what's going on or the flavor of the day, and realize that hey, it's doing well. Things are up. We're ranked. Our rankings going up. We're in the black. But if we're not, then you got to do something. And I think that's the problem. They're timid on doing anything.
Let me tell you something good.
I'd like to hear that.
So, I think the city cops, well, maybe not the cops in general, but the police department as a whole, I like this new social media bit they've been doing. They're pushing on social media.
On Facebook or the?
Yeah, most. That's where I see it's Facebook. They may be doing it other.
You spend a lot of time on Facebook.
Well,
it's okay.
Not all the time, but sometimes. But about locking your doors and theft prevention and different activities, and I don't know. I don't know what everybody else's take is on it, but I'm not saying I'm got bad habits of locking things, but it definitely reminds me. It's like the other night I left a garden hose out.
Oh.
And thinking, I better get that pulled up. It's going to get cold again. And just even seeing the garden hose had nothing to do with locking the doors, but when it said it's 9 o'clock, lock your doors, it made me think, oh, I got to get outside and get that. Yeah, I was going to do it, and I just never got to it. And I don't know. I like it. I think it's good.
I do too. But as far as the garden hose, I think that I would tempt fate because it's too early in the year to worry about it.
Well, I broke one last year. Is why.
And it's expensive too. It destroys the freeze.
Well, I didn't break the hose. It broke the faucet.
Yeah, the silica will freeze and break it. Yeah, you got to take them off. So how about, well, then if you like that, then you obviously like the decoy cars. You think that's good?
Yeah, I think they work. They work for me. I think they're effective.
For me. So, what do those cost?
Well, they're just regular cop cars. So,
but they're expensive cop cars.
$28,000 or whatever a cop car costs.
Well, that'll be a base cost
plus all the equipment.
Yeah.
Okay, 32.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Priced them before.
I haven't bought a cop car in a while.
So what if we made a cardboard silhouette?
Well, that would work on calm days, but days like yesterday, they would be in Winfield.
Stake them down properly. I mean, for some reason, a lot of the political signs stayed up, and I was hoping they'd blow away. They're still there.
Still got a whole fleet of them in your
front yard. I do in the fence. I got a windbreak in front of them to make sure nothing happens.
But no, I think decoys are cool.
I think that, and they do work. I think they're effective.
Yeah,
they're effective. But I wish they wouldn't. I'm kind of incensed that they've got an expensive piece of rolling equipment that needs to be out patrolling, and they do that. Which, do they have too many vehicles, or is that when they're getting ready to pull out of service, they just stick it out there?
I think Ark City does another. That's another thing they do a good job on, is they don't have that many fleet cop cars.
6?
I don't know the number. I forget, but there's just not that many.
Yeah.
Whereas Winfield, every officer has a car.
So does the county.
And which the county understand, because they drive them home, and they got to they get called out and they go all over the place. But the city cops, I think the only ones that have like their exclusive cars are like the big cheeses in the police department. I don't know what the ranks are, but they may have their own cop car. But everybody else has, they share cop cars, and I think it's good just from a static point of they use them up, and they trade them in and get new ones or whatever.
You use them up, trade them in anyway. But I don't know if they use them up. If you buy a surplus cop car, otherwise pretty good cars.
Winfield's they're still running a ton of Crown Vics. They got, so they've been around. They've been out for years, and so yeah, they hang on to theirs a lot longer. But I don't know. I think the way we manage it, and we don't have a ton of parking over at the police department either. So
we don't.
That's probably another mechanism why they do it the way they do. But
it could be. And I don't know the mess of them. You hate to get into too many esoteric details on why and how and for because
it's fine.
Litany of reasons. But as we look at not only trying to justify expenditures, but also how much patrolling should be done. You can't. That's one of the things with the American prison system. It's full because we catch everybody. We spend a lot of time catching people, and most countries don't really go after it that hard. And we go after the perpetrators hard, and it shows because our prisons are all full.
They are all full. What do you think about the stop sign on 8th and Campus?
Flashing stop sign? I've got my epilepsy under control, thank God.
I mean, I think it's probably really effective.
Oh, I see no point in it whatsoever.
But it's if I was a neighbor there and I lived in that
Yeah.
corner, I would not be happy with it because I mean, the other day I was driving down Kansas, headed eastbound on Kansas, and it was right at dark, and I thought I was getting pulled over.
Yeah.
I turned off of like 7th Street and I started heading,
You see the.
and I thought I was getting pulled over. I looked in my rearview mirror and nope.
I don't know what the point is. Those stop signs get run all the time. I mean, it's a local town. They're local streets, or only people that live around here be driving those streets. So I don't know what the point is. Everybody knows the signs are there.
8th Street is kind of like a freeway a little bit.
Yeah, maybe, but everybody stops.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I don't know what the investment was. I don't know what the point was. Just another control issue. Like, we're in charge. We're in charge. We're in charge. We're in charge.
I was my wife. She'd got a speeding ticket there, or not a speeding ticket, but a failure to stop ticket there at 8th in Kansas when she was in high school, and she always talks about it. It's funny to her, but the police officer, he told her, well, she goes, well, I stopped, and he goes, well, you're. No, you didn't. And she goes, well, I know my front wheels stopped. He goes, well, your front wheels might have stopped, but your rear wheels didn't. And so I was like, yeah, he probably didn't stop.
A taxi cab stop. But is there a point of coming to a full stop? I mean, I kind of wonder the energy and wear and tear that it wastes coming to a full stop. If you go to a slow roll and you look both ways, what's the point of coming to a full stop? I get a little incensed over the control. You know, I got a truck that'll do 150 miles an hour and the speed limit's 75. So, and the highways are designed to drive at 100. So,
Sure is easy in modern vehicles to go fast.
I hold the record for the roundabout.
Going around the fastest.
The fastest. Oh yeah.
Well, somebody missed the record the other day when they ramped across it. So.
That's cheating. You can't go. You got to go around it. That guy's cheating. You can't do that. That's just not the way it's done. There's always a cheater. My daughter swears the guy that found the medallion was cheating.
Of course.
She looked and looked and looked, and she loves that.
I've looked too. It's hard to find.
Oh, it's hard to find, and the clues are really cool, well written, and everything. And
whoever writes them does a fantastic job.
They really do a good job, and it's very entertaining. And again, there's a lot of people do it. I always she drags me into it. She thinks I'm real smart. I have no idea what they're talking about half the time, but I don't tell her that. I make it.
Oh yeah, it's right over here.
I can see it. It's clear as day. It's over there, and it's over by the donut shop. Let's go get a donut.
What else you want to talk about? You mentioned the college.
Oh, declining enrollment, and we talked about this. Had a meeting today with some other businesses about starting this set people up to work thing. You know, set them up to be prosperous in a blue collar world. And, you know, saying today, why collect a big student debt when you can make money right off the get go? But you've got to have that mindset to do that. And the college was talking about a 37% decline in enrollment. So they want to do something, but you know, the cat's out of the bag on this stuff. Everybody knows that getting people to work, getting people to do anything, and we've created this really soft society where everybody can just kick back, and you know, lack of accountability, and there's always something about you can live in your parents' basement, or you can
stay on your parents' insurance.
Stay on parents' insurance, yeah.
26 or something crazy.
All that stuff's coming back to bite us in the ass. But we know that. We know that. But we continue to do it, and thinking that buying your child a new car or something, and not. I understand, and being, you know, not of much means myself, I understand wanting my kids to do better than me. But to give them something for free, or you're not, unless you're so affluent that you know that doesn't make a difference. You can support them easily. Other than that, you're not prepping them to do well.
And you have to support them not just for the rest of your life, but the rest of their life.
Good point. Very good point. Once you go,
and if they're gonna breed and have offspring, well, then you're gonna be supporting their children.
That's a good point. In fact, that is the real point. That's the real gist of it. That is the point.
See it all the damn time.
Yeah.
Grandparents raising kids. And
yeah. Lots and lots and lots. And I don't know.
Most of the time, it isn't because their kids are at work. That's the way it may have been 100 years ago, where the grandparents raised the grandkids. That's because the parents were at work, but it ain't now.
I've got a bunch of grandkids, and you know what's wrong with grandkids?
Their parents.
Their parents. That's what's wrong with grandkids. Their parents. My gosh, I don't know how much influence you really have over your kids. They grow up like they grow up, but breaking the rice bowl is the smartest thing you can do. Just give them nowhere to go. Give them no alternative. You've got to go to work. I don't care. You've got to go to work. You don't like your job? Well, starve, I guess. I don't tell you. Or take pride in your work and advance yourself. Choice is yours. And the choice is yours. It should only happen when they're little kids. They should have no choice.
No.
I'm not going to ask you where are you going to go. I'm not asking where you want to go. This is where we're going. This is where we're having to eat. This is what you're wearing. Get that authoritarian going. So they're used to taking orders. This thought of
and you got to get your bluff in early. And I mean, I've got
really
2, 5, 7, and 9, and even my 2-year-old, he's got a handle on. He knows how to manipulate you. This kid, we've been potty training. He'll pee in the potty 3 times, knowing that he'll get 3 suckers when he could have all done it all in one time.
Ooh.
I mean, how?
Well, you don't want him to be smarter than you are. That could be a problem.
It's kind of cute.
No, but and it is kind of cute. And he's that smart. Well, shoot, maybe taking care of you successfully, hopefully.
Anything else?
I don't know. What you got?
Really, it's a good week.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we could talk about infrastructure. We could talk about wage disparity. We're going to have to talk about one of these days. We have to breach that subject. Whether to bring us down, we're all happy about Arkalalah, so maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should just stay on the happy note.
Stay on the happy note.
Yeah, Piper Lou's playing. I might go there and see her.
Yeah, she's fun.
Yeah, she puts on a pretty good show. I don't know what to eat downtown though. I'm kind of drawn between a deep fried Twinkie and a smoked turkey leg.
So I was down there at lunch today, and we were debating on what to eat or what not to eat, and this gal that was talking to us, she's like, well, I don't want to eat something that's already here locally. We can eat that any time. And this other gal was like, well, yeah, but at least I know that won't make me sick and kill me. Like, two ways to think about that.
Well, you got to take a risk in life, What's rice with a little salt? You got to have some spice in your life. Take a chance. Put your life out there. Because what if it's successful? What if you don't die? Or what if you almost die? But you didn't.
You got a great story to tell.
Bam. Boy, you ain't a kid. I would go to ER and get my stomach pumped. And best Arkalalah I've ever had.
All right, Mel.
Yep.
Signing off.
Bio.